you must love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
Why aren't you loving? It's like, oh, I know why you're not loving. It's because y'all have forgotten about Dre. Nowadays, everybody likes to say that they remember God, but they forgot about Dre. We forgot about the vertical. We
Yeah.
forgot to humble ourselves first
Yeah.
before we attack our neighbor for having a beam in their eye that we hit them with that beam.
Yeah. I think that's very well said. Like we have to apply the astrology as well. Like Christ taught to like basically pray and make yourself available to the will of God, also in kind of a Marian way of like this kind of feminine receptivity to God and alignment and stuff and that voice of intuition in yourself. And Steiner talks about how the evolutionary process we're going through, like part of it is developing imagination, inspiration, and then intuition. And like that I think that's very much what is up right now. It's not about our jargon about this stuff. It's about developing these faculties and these relational capabilities. This is what Christ is teaching. He's saying to love, he's saying to like
love your neighbor as yourself.
Open yourself to the encounter and to see the divine spark in whoever you're talking with, regardless of their ideology or their background or whatever. So it's and like to let your preconceived notions die on the cross so that you can be in touch with the real and stuff like that. So that's what I think is meant by Christianity. There's so many categories which we demonize, like Gnostics. Like we have to be able to be one with the Gnostic. The Christian story is one that encompasses everything. God uses these kind of deviations for his ultimate creative purposes, or and like there any sort of thing which goes wrong will be kind of turned into good in some way. Like it's crazy.
Meaning, I don't think God works in these absolutes where it's like these categories are completely like fallen and depraved, and like these categories are completely
the divine spark,
good and wholesome. So like why worry about evil if he's just gonna make it good? And that there's some logic in that, right? Because God is. And so I'm gonna put it in my terms, how I think of it. Like, you are in the video game. That if Scott Adams with his simulation theory, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a simulation. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because of the subjective experience thing that I talked about. Like, whatever it is, we are in it. Like, all that matters is like, how much do we think it matters? How much do we care about it, the it that we're in? And who do we want to be while we're in the it, whatever this is, whether it's a simulation, a fart in the cosmic ether, like whatever it is. Like the question is like, who are we gonna each be? Like, who are you gonna be? Who am I gonna be? And so like, if you choose to be a villain, like then God will still figure that out, how to like, but like the problem is that's then your part in the story. Like Cain's part in the story is that he killed his brother. Judas's part in the story is that he betrayed Jesus, and then hung himself. So it's like, that's the question, really. The question is like, who do we each want to be in the story? And now maybe we think, oh, the story doesn't matter, but I think that's the bullshit. I think that's the illusion, that the story doesn't matter. I have a feeling that what we're participating in right now matters way more than we each individually can even begin to fathom. I don't know why I have that intuition, but I
think we're in very important times. Yeah. And just in general, like this, that our experiences are meaningful in that way and stuff. So there's the whole thing about like demonization and sin is one thread we could go down.